Welcome to Michael Potts F1, everything Formula 1 but from a photographer's point of view. Formula 1 is in its summer break. This is an opportunity for teams and drivers to down tools and dig out those puzzles lurking in the back of the cupboard. This is a great opportunity for us to see how the teams are performing midway through the year. In this series of vlogs, I would like to look at each team individually, compare the two drivers and see who is outperforming the other. I would like to show you some of the photographs that I've taken during the course of the year and explain why I think they're interesting. In 6th place we have Alfa Romeo. They've been outstanding this season so far. Last year they were 9th. A lot of this is due to new signing Valtteri Bottas. The Mercedes discard has scored 46 of the team's 51 points. Rookie Zogunyu is still finding his feet in the team. The past 4 races haven't been that great, neither car scoring a point. They need to turn around that for the second half of the year. Head-to-head, Valtteri Bottas versus Zogunyu. Bottas has scored 41 points in 7 races, compared to Zhou's 5 points in 2 races. Bottas leads 6-1 in races they've both finished together, and he leads 12-2 in qualifying. He was ahead in both sprint races, and he's only had 3 retirements compared to Zhou's 5. Zogunyu. Zhou is in his rookie year, and he's currently 17th in the Drivers' Championship. While being completely outperformed by his more experienced teammate, this isn't a bad result for Zhou. He managed to score points in his first race. His best qualifying result was 9th in bad weather in Silverstone. My shot of Zhou's from his horror crash at Silverstone. This was taken from the start of the race, where Zhou was hit. He flipped into the air, landed upside down, then skidded into the protective barrier. It was terrifying to watch, and it was such a relief to see him walking around the paddock after the race. As a photographer, you know these moments could happen, but they're so unexpected when they do. It's really important that you manage to stay calm and capture as much as possible. A happier moment for Zhou would have been the first race of the season, where he scored his first points, 10th place in Bahrain. It's a big achievement for a driver to score points on his first race. In the slow shutter speed shot of Zhou, I've tried to incorporate some of the elements around the track, things like the Ferris wheel and the fairy lights that are wrapped around the palm trees. All of these elements add a bit of interest to the photograph. It gives you that sense of motion of the car traveling through its surroundings. His race seat is probably secure for next year. He has a lot of financial backing, and with Formula 1 returning to Shanghai for the first time since COVID next year, it's important that there's a Chinese driver on the grid. The only potential risk for Zhou is Teo Porcher. Teo is a very exciting talent racing in Formula 2. He's currently lying second and he's winning a lot of races. He's an Alfa Romeo junior driver and someone who the team has a lot of respect for. If he continues to do well, there'll be a lot of pressure for the team to put him into a seat. If they don't, they could risk losing him to another team. Valtteri Bottas. At the end of 2021, Bottas lost his contract with the all-conquering Mercedes team. He had been with them for 5 years and he had scored 10 wins in that time. His move to Alfa Romeo at the time was his only option, and it was a bit of a climb down from being in the top performing team to the one in 9th place. Remember, on his day, Bottas could out-qualify Lewis Hamilton in exactly the same machinery. That's no mean feat, against statistically the best qualifier of all time. Bottas has taken the opportunity of his move with both hands and has really excelled. He's currently 9th in the standings. He's had quite a few crashes. One of those crashes was in Imola during the first practice session. The track was very wet, and he lost control of the car going into the corner known as Acqua Minerale. I took this shot just after he climbed out of his stricken car. I tried to position him between the 2 marshals, framing him between them. On Sunday, he would go on to finish 5th. That's his best result of the year so far. So it looks like this crash didn't impact him negatively. My shot of Bottas is this rare view of his Alfa Romeo with the Austrian flag in the background. It's one of the iconic shots of the Austrian track. I was shooting from a very low vantage point. This allowed me to capture some of the space underneath the car. If you look to the top, you can see how the flag is getting distorted by the heat haze. Bottas has had a new lease of life since joining Alfa Romeo. He appears to be very relaxed and very happy, and he's producing some great results. He's on a multi-year deal with the team, and that stability is giving him the confidence to perform well. Thank you for watching my mid-season review of the Alfa Romeo team. How far do you think Alfa Romeo can go this year? Will Zhou be driving for them in 2023? Where do you think Bottas will finish in the standings? If you'd like to catch up on my review of the Haas F1 team, there's a link in the description. In tomorrow's vlog, we'll look at McLaren. Until then, thank you so much for watching.